Spoilers are everywhere. In trailers, articles, social media. They can be a pain to avoid sometimes. But how much does that matter? If a game is doing its job, should the spoilers really affect the player? Let's talk about it. Oh, and before we begin, there will be spoilers for the games I'm talking about. Shocking for a video about spoilers, I know. If you want to avoid spoilers for a certain game, feel free to skip ahead. There will be chapter cards for each section. If the remote is lost somewhere in the couch cushions, good luck. Plug your ears or something. Wet Dry World is the 11th course in Super Mario 64. It takes place in a run-down, flooded town, with the water levels rising and falling. Super Mario 64 has had plenty of conspiracies surrounding it for a long time, one of them being Wet Dry World's negative emotional aura. Wet Dry World is usually described by players as having a bad vibe, with some kind of negative energy surrounding it. Many players have needed to take a long break from the game after starting this level. Coupled with this conspiracy is the rumor that this level is Nintendo's experiment with simulating a brain. This is the main suggestion as to why this negative aura exists in the first place. Many of the people weighing in on this discussion, including me right now, had heard about the conspiracy before ever launching the game. Players in this position would have gone into the level looking for evidence to support the conspiracy, whether they were aware of that fact or not. This is similar to how the placebo effect works. If your brain is convinced something is real, it will find evidence to support it, even if the evidence isn't really there. I experienced this firsthand. When I first entered Wet Dry World, I immediately felt the negative aura that I had heard so much about, but I had to take a step back and ask myself, is the aura really there, or do I just want it to be? Portal. Incredibly well known in the gaming space, and the center of so many memes. This is a game I never thought I'd play, so I did nothing to avoid spoilers. Flash forward to 15 years after the game released, and suddenly I found myself having an interest in puzzle games. Naturally, I tried Portal, and absolutely loved it. The problem, however, was that I hadn't avoided spoilers. I went in knowing that the cake was a lie, and that I shouldn't trust GLaDOS. I still love the game, don't get me wrong, it's one of my favorites, but I do always wonder what it would have been like to experience that twist blindly. Everything about the story would have hit so much harder seeing it for the first time. Speaking of games that hit hard, Portal 2. The storytelling and emotions increased tenfold with this game. There's so many layers that if I went back and replayed that game today, I'd probably rediscover so many plot points that I had forgotten about, or maybe even missed in the first place. And the best part, I got to experience it blindly like I had wanted with the first game, and it was beautiful. Seeing the story unfold for the first time in front of me was so fun and so mesmerizing. The villain? Unexpected. The new character? Unexpected. Everything unexpected. Playing this game without spoilers really helped solidify my want for experiencing the first game blindly. Doki Doki Literature Club. What an incredible game. I didn't play this game until 4 years after its release. I knew I'd play the game eventually, but I still chose to not avoid spoilers. The game was just too cool for me to ignore. Even though I knew what was going to happen in the game, it didn't really change anything for me when I finally played it. For DDLC, there's a huge difference between knowing which characters will die and actually seeing that happen in front of you. Same thing for the creepiness of Monica's character arc, watching her tell you that she knows that she's in a game. The way that everything plays out is so surreal. It impacts me the same every single time I play.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
The last game I want to talk about is the Stanley Parable. So, if you don't know, the Stanley Parable is one of those games with a lot of different endings, and you arrive at specific endings based on the choices you make in-game. Do you trust the narrator? Or do you go against the grain, doing the opposite of what he tells you? The original game has 19 different endings, while the deluxe edition adds 27 more. A lot of these endings are very deep and emotional, and extremely surreal at times. When I first played the Stanley Parable, I didn't know what the specific endings were, but I did know the vibe of the endings. I knew that the game dealt with topics of psychosis, depression, desperation, and more. Even still, knowing this did not emotionally prepare me for seeing the endings play out in front of me. I honestly don't think anything could have. The way the story is told in each ending is incredibly well crafted. It pulls you right in no matter how many times you've seen it. As you've probably picked up by now, this video is completely subjective. While spoilers may change the view of a specific game for me, they may not do that for you, and that's okay. The point of this video is to get you to think more critically about the content you consume. Sure, it applies to spoilers in the video game world, but what about everywhere else? How does your consumption of media affect your daily life? Has it changed you as a person? Can it change you? Thanks for watching.